discuss about preposition. So at first we have to know what is preposition, the definition of preposition, and the different kind of preposition, and the most important thing is the appropriate use of preposition. The preposition kahan pe the preposition we can use in appropriate places. Okay, so let's discuss. So at first we have to know the definition of preposition. Okay, so preposition is a word which can be used before a noun or a pronoun. So again I repeat, preposition is a word which can be used before a noun or a pronoun to in a sentence to make a relation with the other words. That means it can be used before the noun or pronoun in a sentence, and it's refer the relation of other words with noun or pronoun in a sentence. Okay, so prepositions are there are different kind of prepositions. At first we have to know the classification of preposition. That means how many kinds of prepositions are there. So basically we can divide it preposition into 5 parts. What are they? At first we have to know the classification or the division of the preposition. This is a very easy thing, but we have to remember these 5 things at first whenever we are going to use preposition. Okay, so first one is prepositions of time. First one is preposition of time. Second is preposition of place. Number 3, preposition of movement and direction. Number 4, preposition of state or manner. Number 5 is preposition of agent or method. Agent or method. We all know the preposition, but we basically the problem is that we don't know the what kind of preposition it is. Yes, there are different kinds of preposition or different places of preposition we can use. So what are the classification? Again I repeat, preposition of time, first one. So time means the word or the preposition which refer time or which is connected with them. That means at, in, on, within, from, to, since, for, during, after. This kind of prepositions are basically called the preposition of times. Second number 2 is preposition of place. Place means place matlab space, the preposition which always indicate the place. Okay, so at, in, on, above, over, under, these are the preposition which we can use as a preposition of place. Number 3 is preposition of movement and direction. That means the movement or direction which referred the preposition which refer the movement or direction. Okay, so in, at, from, to, into, this kind of prepositions are called preposition or movement or preposition of direction. Number 4 is preposition of state or manner. That is in, by, with. These are called the prepositions of state or manner. Number 5 is preposition of agent or method. So agent, that means by, he teaches us English. So English taught by him, or passive voice. In passive voice English taught by him. By is used in this kind of cases. So by is a agent, it's worked as a agent. Okay, so by, with, in, this kind of prepositions are called preposition of agent or preposition of or method. Okay, so at first we have to we are going to discuss about preposition of time. It's very long. Okay, so let's discuss at, in, into, within, from, to, since, for, during, after. This kind of words, again I repeat, called prepositions of time. Okay, so prepositions of time, in, within. At first we have to know where we can use this kind of words to indicate the time. In is used to indicate the time. Okay, at first in we can be used in to indicate the time, or within whenever we are going to use the but kind of word. So this is also we can there use within. Okay, before the end of, to indicate the time, at the end of we can use in, or we can before the end of we can use within. Okay, so in and within, what is the comparison between in and within? We can use at the end of in and before the end of within. Okay, I think it's clear. So where we can use in or within, at the end of in, and before the end of within. Okay, so next one is after and in. Okay, after and in, there is also a certain difference. Okay, so when it comes to next, or that means after, that and after is used basically in for the past form, for the to indicate the past tense. Okay, and in is basically used to indicate the future. So the certain difference between after and in is, after is basically used to for the past, to indicate the past time, and in is basically used to indicate the future. Okay, and the next one is since, for, and from. Okay, since, that means space, past point of time. Since is basically used to past point of time, and for is basically used space of time, and from is basically used for past, present, and future. In three cases we can use from. Okay, so for is basically used for the space of time, since is basically used for the past point of time, and from is from we can use for the three cases, that is past, present, or future. We can use it. Okay, so this is the basic difference between since, for, or from. That means where we can use for, where we can use from, where we can use since. And the next we will discuss in, on, and at. In, on, and at. Here will come in, he will come in January. Okay, he will come in January. It happened in 1950. He will come here in summer. So they are the basic difference between these three things. Okay, so where we can use on, at first we have to know. On we can use only for the when before the date or before the day, just like a Sunday, Monday, and before the date, 7th March, 14th April, 13th December, just like that. Before our date and before our day we can use on, and a certain point of time, that means 1 p.m., 5 p.m., 7:30 a.m. So that means a certain point of time when it's a case of indication of a certain point of time. When it indicates a certain point of time, then we can use at. Okay, so where we can use on can be used before a date and before a day. That means the date 7th March, 14th April, and day Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, whatever the day is. And where we can use at can be used at the specific or indication of time or the point of time, that is 1 a.m., 5 p.m., 7:30 p.m., 9:30 p.m., 12 p.m., whatever the specific point of time. Okay, and when it's a case of case of time, just only the time, not like a indication of point of time or a spatial time, or it's a date. No, not like that. It when it referred the whole time or the sum of time. So that means the whole time, or not only whole time. It's a vast cases. In vast cases, when we refer time in vast cases, then we can use in. That means in the morning, in the daytime. That means the daytime is too much long, not too long. It's not like a 7:30 or 6:30 to 12 p.m. or whatever. Almost our day starts from almost 5, or before 5 also it can be start. So it's a long thing. So in this case, it's a worst thing. So daytime, morning time, evening time, afternoon, night time. Night means 8 p.m. almost to 2:30 or 3:30. So it's a long thing. It's a worst thing. So when it's a case of worst thing, we can use in. Okay, so that is the basic difference between on, in, and at. On can be used before a date and day. At can be used before a point of time, and in can be used in a burst of time. Okay, Thank you.